Hey everyone, I've got a Transition Smuggler, the brand new bike that Transition just dropped a couple days ago. I am super stoked about this bike. I kind of had an idea this bike was coming, but I thought this bike was coming last summer, late last summer. So pretty stoked about this. Let's get into it. And I've been waiting all day long to open this, so pretty dang stoked to open in front of you guys. And now you're gonna painfully watch me open these staples because they're terrible on bikes. Boom. Oh, these aren't too bad. Not too bad at all. So, let's see here. Oh, we got a little box. Probably a headset, maybe. I don't know. We'll go through that in a second. Oh, man. This color is sweet. So, let's just drop this and check this thing out. So this is 130 millimeters of travel in the back, 140 up front. I'm going to at first start with a Fox 34 factory grip 2, just like they spec it in their X01 build. But I think not too shortly after, I'm going to switch it out to RockShox Super Deluxe Ultimate Rear and a Pike up front. Super stoked about that. Let me know in the comments down below if I should go with a silver Pike or a black Pike. Alright, let's open this thing. Alright, here we go. This color is pretty dang rad. I love purple bikes. Pretty much if every bike came in purple, my whole garage would be littered with purple bikes. That's just me. I have too many bikes, but I would be okay if they were all purple. Man, look at this thing. That color matching, I'm going to have to call up Transition and see if they will sell me a sticker for the fork, because that color matching looks so good. Transition does a really good job. Also, one cool thing about Transition, lifetime warranty on their bikes. If you've ever been to Bellingham, the Transition Outpost is super cool. Like, you go in there, get a beer, and go walk around and look at rad bikes. Oh man, they do a lot of packing on this. I'm telling you what. Dang. Okay, let's see how much more. Oh, there it is, the Transition logo. I will say, my girlfriend, when we were looking at this bike, she, like, just online on YouTube or whatever, she was like, because I kind of talked to her about her getting this bike, and she's thinking about maybe getting a Ripmo here pretty soon, and this bike, and she literally just hated this black line. And I think it looks good, but she was just like, that black line makes that bike look so bad. And I'm like, what? So, yeah, little funny thing. I think it looks good. You guys, once again, tell me down in the comments below if this black line makes this whole bike look terrible. Oh, man. So, Transition does have, I talked to Transition. They have a ton of frame-onlys in stock right now. I was like, hey, like, how soon do I have to order this for it to be in stock? Do I have to order it today? They're like, no, you've got plenty of time. And obviously you can't guarantee anything, but seemed like they had a ton. So pretty cool. You're gonna be able to get frame options for a while. And man, this thing just looks so good. Sorry about that little distraction from me, but man, this thing looks cool. But anyway, so they have the X01 build, which is $84.99. I think it's kind of too expensive because you go to the Spur. It's an X01 Axis build that the Smuggler is. Same with the Spur. It's like X01/GX Axis, but it comes with like, the Spur comes with like DT Swiss 1501 carbon wheels and has, I mean, those wheels are like $2,300 or more maybe. Though this bike comes with some aluminum crank feather wheels with Industry 9 101 hubs or 1/1, whatever you want to call it. And I personally I was planning on buying whatever the nicest build was until I saw the build and I was like, I don't really want code brakes. I don't like SRAM brakes. I like the rear shock that the bike came with. I like the fork and I like the axis. Other than that, really nothing else. So let's kind of go through what I'm going to run on this bike. Everything can change a little bit, but first off, right here, I'm going to put a bike yoke dropper. It's an expensive dropper. It's not a cheap dropper, but it is over half the price of a SRAM axis or RockShox reverb axis. And I think it's actually a better post all around. Or I might go with a wolf tooth. They're both really cool, really good droppers. One of those two is what I'm going to go with. And then I am going to go with probably EXO on axis. I've been seeing some pictures on Pink Bike and stuff of some new SRAM stuff. I'm sure you've seen that if you've been watching videos and keeping up with Pink Bike and Vital and all that. It looks like the derailleur kind of wraps around the back. I'm kind of stoked to see what that's all about. If that comes out anytime soon, I might go with that instead of EXO on axis. I've been sticking to EXO on axis. I really like it. I like axis. It's just so quick and just the response is amazing. Like I already said, I'm going to go with that Fox 34 grip 2. That fork is really good. That's what they spec'd it with. So I want to see what they spec the bike with. That's just my thought. The Float X, I've done a video on that. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link down below. Check it out. This shock changed my feelings about Fox shocks, especially in that trail category. The X2 is really good. I've had problems with the X2, but the feeling when the X2 is good is the best air shock for any bike above 140 millimeters of travel, in my opinion. And then I'm going to go with some DT Swiss. Those wheels that I was talking about that's on the Spur X01 axis build, that's actually what I'm going to put on this bike. That's what I was hoping this bike was going to come spec with. And if it did, I would have bought a full kit, but I'm too picky about my builds now, and I have too many bikes to make one have even one thing on it that isn't something that I really like. So I'm going to go with those. I think they're like an XMC. There's so many different little DT Swiss 1501 wheel sets. There's like XMC, there's EXC, I think, and they're all 1501, but it's their lighter weight trail-ish style bike wheel set. And then for cranks, I think I'm going to go with those new Race Face Era cranks. Oh man, they look kind of different. They've got that silver shiny thing on it. They're the same weight about as the X01 SRAM carbon cranks. I could go with the SRAM or the RockShox Super Light or the SL. But I think those Eras are going to be a solid. Their lifetime warranty, even for crashes. The only thing they say they don't cover is if you intentionally break it yourself. So pretty rad. Man, I just think this bike is going to be sick. And this color alone, this color just makes me want to keep the bike forever. So I don't know if you guys can tell how cool this thing looks, but geez, it is rad. Cool thing. Also, a lot of debate about threaded and press fit bottom brackets. This is threaded, so bonus for you guys. It is a SRAM UDH derailleur hanger. And talked about what I'm going to do enough about it. Leave me some comments down below. I am going to do a first ride video. Tell me what you want to see in that first ride video. If it's you want to know how it climbs more, if you want to know how it descends, if you want to know in a rocky section or whatever it is, little tiny details, let me know and I'll try to make sure that makes it into that video. But let's go ahead and open this box up. Give me a second. I need to grab a knife. All right, we're back. I got my knife, and you might notice I got a beer too, so a little bonus for me. So let's see what's in here. Exactly what I thought. UDH, pretty rad. I like that. The SRAM UDH, any bike shop pretty much will have it, and some might be World Cycle. I worked there for quite a while. Scott has their Scott UDH. It's still the same thing. they have it. Any other manufacturer's gonna have it, but nice tiny little axle. That's one thing I really enjoyed about the Spur. I noticed just the small little details, how they make their rear axle so light. Like, that's not a lot of people's biggest concern, but on a 130 millimeter travel bike, I think that is a lot more of a concern for some people than, or I think for the majority of people for the bike. They're probably going to be a little weight conscious, especially with the carbon version. Sweet little shuttle guard. Sorry about that. Needed a little beer break before I talked about this rad FSA headset. No, it's just an FSA headset. Cool that it comes with that though. Like, I honestly did not know what a frame came with because I've never bought just a frame before. So I'm pretty stoked. It even came with like a Fox manual. Nice. Yeah, so pretty cool. Like, this bike, I am so stoked about. Like I said earlier, I have been waiting for this bike for, it seems like a year, but it's been more like 6 months. I was in Bellingham in last August, and I heard rumors about it. I heard people were at Galbraith. I was there riding, and I heard people, like the transition people, were already on the bike riding, and I was just like, dang, like, this bike's coming out so soon. And I went and sold a bike and got it ready, like, got my money ready to frickin' buy this thing, and then I waited and waited and waited, and I heard some podcasts like, oh, a new bike from a local company, it's going to be coming out soon. I think that was like Mike Casimir maybe on Pink Bike, and he said like next month, and I think that was in October, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. It's coming out in November. I'm waiting for it, and then nothing. Then they updated. It seemed like they've updated every single bike besides the Spire before this bike came out, but I'm sure it's because supply chains and all that stuff. But anyways, everyone, I'm so stoked about this thing. Once again, let me know what you want to hear about this bike. It's probably going to be a little bit of time. I don't have any of the parts yet. I'm ordering a lot of them tomorrow, so they'll probably be here in about a week. I'm going to do a first ride review as quick as possible, but honestly, it's middle to endish of February right now. Hopefully I have the first ride out. Middle of March is my goal. If it's earlier than that, I'm stoked. If not, that's kind of where I'm going to be at. I wish I had one right away, but that's how it is. So, if you like this video, like and subscribe for more like this. And, as always, get out and ride.